Hey guys, what's going on? Sincere here with whoissincere.com and All Rights Matter TV. Listen, we all know who Jeff Bezos is. Um, he's the guy that quit his Wall Street finance software engineering job to start Amazon.com. And that was back in 1994. Uh, there's an interesting report that I was reading today, and I'm gonna start covering a lot of the breaking news and stuff like that, and putting my own twist on it though, and talking about what I want to talk about, which is things that I hope you want to hear about. Um, but Jeff Bezos is a very interesting character. His business practices are very interesting. Here in Chattanooga, where I live at, we have one of his distribution centers, very close by, right outside of Chattanooga's, I believe, city limits. Um, so it's there's a lot of people in the Chattanooga community that work at Amazon. Amazon has a very large stake here, in this community, pretty much. Um, and I'll tell you what, the people are not happy about the work. They're not happy about the work. I believe the starting pay is 11 or 12 bucks an hour or something like that. You work 4 days on, 3 days off, ten-hour days, and you can pick up like a fifth day, so you get about 50 hours, so you'll get some overtime in. From what I understand, when it's not peak season or like a peak time for shipping, you don't really get the overtime. But when it's like, a peak season for shipping, especially around Christmas, the overtime is guaranteed. So there are a lot of people that lean on that situation, to actually make their Christmas money. So I'd say around August time frame, you start seeing all the ads, where Amazon is starting to get ramped up, and stock up pretty much their warehouse and get ready for Christmas. And there's a lot of people that start getting jobs, even though they're temp jobs, through one of the staffing agencies out here. They get these temp jobs and it lasts them just enough time to get by. Um, get by the holidays, buy gifts for their, family and friends, the holiday meals and all that good stuff, and pay the bills, of course. Um, so generally the job doesn't last much after that, or they cut you down to a part-time status, so you're getting like less than 20 hours a week. Yeah. So there's a lot of people that end up quitting and, going to, other places. Um, I don't know. I just feel, I don't know. First of all, anybody that truly knows me knows, I was just recently, for the last year, I was a staffing manager. I've worked as a worker for a staffing company for a long time, for over 10 years. Not all the way through, but, on and off throughout the years for over 10 years. Um, I like to work. I like to make money on the side. It's just what I like to do. And I've worked for the staffing company in three different states. Um, so, and then I became, like I said, a staffing manager for them. So, or say like, never mind. But it's very interesting to me, out of what I've learned about the staffing industry. Um, how much money is taken from the worker. So those people that work at Amazon are already working a really, really, really tough job. They're walking miles a day. These distribution centers are absolutely humongous. They're working, a lot of hours. They're walking miles. I mean, it's nonstop. Everything is timed like a machine. Everything is nonstop. Your breaks are everything's really mechanical and by the book. So this is hard work. Now, these people are already working hard, but then you have a staffing company that is doing, the hiring for Amazon, and the staffing company may hire, they hire hundreds of people, if not thousands, during the holidays, and I'm pretty sure it's, within the thousands. Um, and so these people go go in there, they work for their $11, $12 an hour. The staffing company is probably making 15, anywhere from 16 to $18 an hour. I'm gonna say if they're making more than that, oh my God, that would be crazy. But they're probably making, I'd say about $18 an hour. And that's conservative. I think that's a good, fair number that I'm saying. 1850. Um, with that being said, let's just say the worker's making 12 an hour. That's 650 an hour that he's losing out on. It's a lot. It's a lot to lose out on as a worker. Um, so I know that for one thing, dealing with Amazon, that has nothing to do with Jeff Bezos, but it does because they make the decision to outsource their hiring practices, which creates that opportunity for the staffing companies to take some of the income of the Amazon workers. So Amazon workers are not being paid the wages, especially, a good majority of the workers are not being paid the wages that they really should be paid. So that's number one. I'm not happy with companies that use staffing companies. I just, even though I was a staffing manager is my job, but to hire, fire, and also, acquire new business at the end of the day, no. So I don't know, man. I don't know. All I can really say is Amazon has grown to be a monster amongst us. And we have to think about that because Amazon won't be the only company. There's going to be more companies that are like Amazon's that will pop up here in the next few years. And we're talking about these mega giant companies that have, you know, um, that hold more money than most countries' GDP. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. These guys are countries by themselves. So, with that being said, you don't expect them to have any kind of political pull, persuasion, or power. That's absolute nonsense. And that's why I tried to tell people that Trump stepping into the presidency right now was not an accident. It was not an accident. They needed a business person in there. And as time rolls on, as the years keep going on, you're going to see more business personalities being entered into this conversation, into this topic of, hey, maybe that person should run for president, like Oprah. Okay. So you got Donald Trump in there right now, reality TV show star. Um, you had, Oprah, who is, probably an 85% chance of running in 2020, honestly. Um, and who else? Jeff Bezos. I'm not saying I heard that anywhere because I have not, but I'm saying that this door and this path to the ultra rich running for government office is a very slippery slope because if all you have to do is sell identity politics and never sell policy positions, then you can literally buy U.S. elections with no problem off of identity politics. It's so easy. So, with that being said, I get a little bit nervous when I see companies like Jeff Bezos, who don't have the best employment practices for his employees, go through things like this. Now, I'm sure the employees that are hiring on full time, maybe they have completely different benefits. I did hear, I think it's like starting wages like $15 or $17 an hour or something like that. So, I don't know. To each his own. But let's move on. Okay. Hmm, hold on. Excuse me, guys. I have a real sore throat, and well, not real sore, but my throat's just been sore and real dry. Matter of fact, get something to drink. Oh, damn. Hold on 1 second. Got some good water. Yep, I'm back to winning again. All right, guys. Jeff Bezos is now the richest man in history. Now, we all knew that was coming. If you didn't see that coming, I mean, if you watch the landscape of the billionaires, but we all saw that coming like a long time ago. Yeah, he made 6 billion of his 105 billion fortune in the past 9 days. I mean, you got to think about that. Think about people like him running for president. Think about what he could buy, the power that he could really wield. If you thought Donald Trump had some power and you thought he had some influence, imagine a guy like this. Don't say, So, and this is not to make too much of a crack at him. I'm sure there's more that could be said. There generally is when we're talking about these types of individuals. And again, not to make too much of a crack at them, but that's a lot of money. And I know if that were me and all of my money, I would not own $100 million estate, or what is it, $91 million estate. And I just, to me, that sounds outrageous. Outrageous. If you own a $91 million estate, you better have a multi-level mall bunker, underground with elevators and all kinds of stuff for 91 million. Okay? You better have a fallout shelter that it's so stocked it's ridiculous. It's like a mall. But Jeff Bezos is now the richest man in history. Um, and he will probably remain so and only grow in power. So that's actually the reason why I'm doing this video. I normally don't do these kinds of videos all the time, but when I saw this, it kind of made me think a little bit, especially about our political landscape and where we are right now. Um, I think this is going to be interesting, guys. I think it's going to be interesting what we're about to witness in the next few years regarding celebrities and corporate types. These are all pretty much corporate millionaires that are going to be putting their hat in the arena. Oops, I lost it. Let me see if I can bring it back up. Oh man, I think we lost it. Oh no, there it is. Okay, so I don't know. I'm gonna be keeping an eye on Jeff Bezos. There's a few companies out there I'm watching. If you follow my channel for any amount of time, you'll see a video I did a long time ago, years ago, about a company called Novartis. Um, I'm watching that company too closely. There's a few other companies I'm watching, a couple RFID companies and stuff like that. Um, yeah, we're headed into interesting times politically, um, economically, absolutely. With the Bitcoin revolution going on and hyperinflation happening in Bitcoin and also in our stock market at the same time simultaneously. That's not a coincidence. Um, there's a lot going on that's going to be, ramping up and changing over the next few years. Where if you're not a part of the end movement and understand what's going on and where the world is going, you might get left behind. So, what I would say is start doing a lot of studying. Start doing a lot of studying. You can start right here with this channel. Feel free to look through all these videos and learn about a little bit of the history of this country, learn about what's going on in the country. I am not a Democrat. I am not a Republican. Yes, I did like Bernie Sanders and still do. And the same for Jill Stein as well. I like folks who want to take care of other people and see our money be used in a generous way. I am not for the system of taxation. I believe that, and this is going to sound crazy to you, but I believe that taxation to some extent should be done on a voluntary basis. A voluntary basis, especially if it's going to come out of your paycheck. That should be voluntary. Taxes should not be coming out of your paycheck. That's first and foremost. Um, yeah. So, uh, that's just my position, my stance on a few things. I'm not with the taxation, but if we are going to be taxing people, then why waste the money on wars and frivolous things? Why aren't we providing Medicare for all and all this good stuff, and and helping pay for the college so that we can finance our generation of next generation of thinkers and become competitive on a global level. We're starting to get whipped by other countries because we're antiquated in the way that we do things. Okay, we're not willing to change and shift our position on certain things, and we're going to get left behind. That's what's going to happen. We're going to close the borders, and the rest of the world is going to move right along. And I guarantee you, those borders will be used to keep us in, not the world out. Okay, so at the end of the day, Jeff Bezos is the richest man. Quite interestingly, Donald Trump, I believe, had some words for Bezos in the Twitter rant, maybe within the last week or so. Um, but if you understand, like I understand how this thing is playing out, um, it'll be interesting to see that little Twitter rant come back up here in the next few years as they face each other on the political stage. What would a political stage look like with Trump, Bezos, and Oprah? Would anybody else even have room? Would there even be another way to, you know, to get in the independent voice? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think you lost that chance and we lost that shot with this last election. I don't see a populace. If Bernie does not run, I don't see a populace for the independent thinker in this country to be represented. There is no populace that is not connected to Wall Street money or corporate money, um, that believes and espouses the ideas of the progressive mentality. You don't have anybody else with that kind of clout. So if these guys, these rich guys, start running for political office, like we've seen Donald Trump do, like they're talking about Oprah doing, like they'll probably be talking about Bezos doing, it's gonna start. Trust me, it'll it'll be in there. The discussion will start happening. Can you imagine if Bezos owned Amazon.com and ran for office for president and won? What would our country be then? Would they admit that our country is nothing more than a corporation anyway? So you got to think about these things. All right, I'm babbling now. Just a lot of interesting things to really think about here. Um, you know, again, we're gonna see a lot more of this guy popping up all over the place. I promise you, because Amazon is not getting smaller and it's not going away. It's only going to get bigger. And my projections are it's going to double in size and it's going to do that relatively quickly. It's not going to take long to do it. So he's going to be a very hard man to catch. Very, very difficult to catch because he's probably going to eat up all of the new technologies that are coming out that could branch into his technology. Okay, so watch out, Jeff Bezos. He could be running in 2020. It's definitely going to be mentioned. I promise you that. But either way, these big money guys are going to start being big players in our political atmosphere. Are we ready for that? Are independents ready for that? Are progressives ready for that? Are libertarians ready for that? Are you really ready for that? If you're not a part of that DNC or RNC, then the money and the funding may not come. Now we can get the funding through, as long as you have the right platforms, like what Bernie Sanders did, that people agree on, then you can raise a lot of money that way when you're talking about the things that people want and none of it corporate money. All from small, average $27 donations. So, but who's going to do that if they're not the populist voice of the Libertarian Party or the Progressive Party or an independent, another independent party or something. Who's going to do that? Who's going to raise the kind of capital to go against Jeff Bezos, to go against Oprah, to go against Trump? We all know Hillary is done. She better not ever step her foot on a political stage again. If Hillary ran again, it would be embarrassing. It would just be embarrassing. She would get even less votes. Even less votes. And if she lost the third time, oh my God, I don't even want to. I don't even want to say it. If she lost the third time, oh man, that would be so funny. But yeah, at the end of the day, we got to watch these types where the ultra rich are trying to take over our corporate, our political landscape with their corporate nonsense and garbage. And we're already under corporate powers, if you will, as a country. Um, and they want to take that constitution away. It's the only document on the face of the planet that exists that that has the kind of godly structure that it does as far as rights are concerned, godly rights, and they want to take that away. So hopefully Jeff Bezos doesn't want to do that. Hopefully Oprah doesn't want to do that. Hopefully Trump doesn't want to do that. But the powers that work around them and influence them and control them seem to want that to happen. And if these people aren't aware and if they're not willing to break the mold and really break the mold and get money out of politics, and so many other great ideas that will break this level of corporate control over our political system. If they're not willing to do that, then we're doomed. I'm just telling you that now. You can have all the riots you want. You can have all the actions you want to have. But once they take your rights away, it doesn't matter what you do because you could be jailed for it. They can come to your house and slaughter you like animals. You think these people are playing games? You think they really care about your rights? Okay. All right. Keep playing. Keep playing. That's all I'm going to say. When they want to crack the whip, they crack the whip and they come with their, fully suited up, ready for war. This may be American soil, but troops have been called on American soil. Bombs have been dropped on people on American soil. Okay? Look it up. It's not a game. This uh, corporate, uh, this corporate country does not play games. With that being said, guys, I'm out of here. Um, hey, look, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I would really love for you to do that. That would really be nice. If you don't want to do that, that's fine too. Thanks for watching this long. I have no idea why you will watch this long and not like, share, or subscribe this video. That would be ridiculous because you obviously liked what I was talking about. So with that being said, also, hey, listen, if you want to support the channel, do me a favor. Go to mcafamilyfirst.com. I use it. I pay my $20 a month. I'll tell you right now how much it costs up front. It's $20 a month, but it is the best $20 a month that you will spend. If you're like me, I live in a mountainous area. I'm always, out doing something. I'm always, 30, 40, 50 minutes, an hour away from home, whatever. With that being said, I'm going through these mountains, these wherever, I'm all over the place. But if my car breaks down or if I need any kind of roadside incident, I'm covered. Way more covered than that BS AAA coverage crap. If you have that, get rid of it. Just pay the $20 a month. I'm telling you now, you're going to be covered. This is a great, 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 great American company. Okay, so they have no problems. We have a great AAA, an A plus business rating with the Better Business Bureau. Just check it out. Check it out. You will love it. mcafamilyfirst.com. That's what helps me to take care of this, this show and this program and All Rights Matter TV. Also, Go to secretnewworld.com. That's just for quick money online. You pay $25 one time. You can make as much as you want to make for the rest of your life, depending on how much you put into it. I've been using it for years, and be honest with you, and it works fine for me. So it'll work for you too. But check out those websites, mcafamilyfirst.com, secretnewworld.com, and keep your mind and eyes on what's going on right now in Hollywood, the corporate world, and how that affects and relates politics in the country. We're going to get a lot more celebrities and corporate types that are going to come out and be literally, and I say this literally, they're literally going to be serious considerations for running for president. And it's going to get to a point where it'll probably be overwhelming. Okay, so get ready for it. Get ready for it, guys. With that said, I'm out.